When I think back to my early Disney VHS collection, several beloved titles come to mind. Aristocats, The Lion King, Jungle Book, 101 Dalmatians, Pinocchio, Toy Story. And then there's Fantasia from 1940. I've owned this on video since the mid-1990s, and I've watched it maybe twice, if that. I never liked it as a kid, and I don't understand why. I look on Wikipedia, and this movie has universal fucking acclaim. People love it. Me? Not so much. This business has been unfinished for the past 20 years. Now's the time to finally watch and see what I truly think. First, a quick look at the VHS case. They're offering a Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey poster. Just buy a specific Fantasia VHS tape and make a postal order of only £1 and the poster's yours. Well, if that's not sleazy, I don't know what is. Usually these days, the poster is always included with the purchase at no extra charge. 3 of my posters came in either a DVD case or a video game case, so it's not like it wouldn't have fit in the VHS case. It doesn't matter anyway, the offer expired at the end of January 1992, a year and a half before I was born. Okay, I've spotted a potential problem with this video, and maybe a sign as to why I didn't like it. It's almost 2 hours long. I could watch 3 Thomas and Friends videos in that time. You buy this for a kid, their attention span isn't going to be that sharp. It's like asking a 3-year-old to sit through The Sound of Music. It just ain't happening. Well, let's give it a look once and for all. After a quick yet predictable logo, I see a live-action orchestra walk onto the stage and I can see another problem. This is not a normal movie. What we have is basically a 2-hour opera featuring 8 animated segments, aka cartoons, set to classic musical pieces by composers ranging from Bach and Beethoven to Stravinsky and Tchaikovsky. A lot of people, young kids, won't have a clue about. Fantasia is basically Silly Symphonies the movie, relating to the series of musical shorts produced by Disney in the 1930s. Simple animated, essentially silent cartoons accompanied by various pieces of music. From what I've been able to find out, the whole idea for this movie began with The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The short was produced in 1938, and the idea was set to include it in a feature film when the production of the short went over budget. By the time I'm into the second cartoon, The Nutcracker Suite by Tchaikovsky, which features ever so slightly racist caricatures, almost on the level of Scat Cat's gang from the Aristocats, I realise why I didn't like it as a kid. The lack of any kind of story or characters would have killed the attention span of any child in the first 15 minutes, a good time before Mickey Mouse appears in the iconic blue hat. If anything, his appearance in The Sorcerer's Apprentice may be his most iconic. He later appeared in this outfit in classic VHS bumpers for Walt Disney Home Video. So I guarantee, for kids these days, those bumpers would have been their introduction to the movie. Overall, I can now see my problem with Fantasia. On the positive side, the movie has one of the best movie titles I've ever seen for a Disney movie, and the animation to go along with Leopold Stokowski's orchestrated music is very well done. I would say objectively, as a musical man in his late 20s, the movie is good, and I can definitely understand the praise it got in later years, despite it being a box office bomb in 1940. On the other hand, this is most definitely not a movie kids will enjoy. It's too long, there is no plot narrative whatsoever, very little dialogue outside of Deems Taylor when he introduces each segment, and if the kids do make it to Night on Bald Mountain, the final segment of the movie, it's guaranteed to give them nightmares. What happens in this segment is fucking nightmare fuel. Artistically and creatively, the movie deserves a 4 out of 5. If I were a kid, I'd be bored out of my mind and I'd be giving it 1. So we'll go down the middle. Fantasia, as good as it is, gets a 3 out of 5, and it goes to number 56 ahead of a trainload of Thomas and Friends releases, and behind Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Thomas and his friends help out, and Courage the Cowardly Dog in Superchunk. It's most definitely a good movie, more artistically impressive than many things ahead of it. But this movie was made for all ages, hence the big U logo on the VHS case. A very good movie for adults, a boring movie for young kids, and after 20 years of ignoring it, I have no real complaints. And no, I'm not reviewing the sequel Fantasia 2000. It took me 20 years to watch this one. I'm happy not seeing the sequel. Well, that's that. Unfinished business. Consider yourself finished. Well, there is still one thing. I think it's time to say goodbye.